And joining me now are Jon Stewart, the longtime advocate for 9/11 victims and veterans, and John Feal, president of Feel Good Foundation, an Army veteran who has fought relentlessly for 9/11 first responders after getting seriously injured himself at Ground Zero, and Danielle Robinson, whose husband Heath died after being exposed to burn pits in Iraq. Welcome all. It's good to see you, John, and to meet you, Danielle. Jon Stewart, let me first ask you, what is the issue with the health care for these veterans? Who is blocking it? What can you do? What are you trying to do to fix it?
So basically, everybody thinks that veterans get health care for life, but they don't. They only get health care if their injury or illness can be tied to their service. And in Iraq and Afghanistan, the way that they disposed of hazardous materials and human waste and armaments and everything else was they dug at like Balad at Camp Victory and Camp Anaconda, a 10-acre pit. They poured all the trash in there and they covered it in jet fuel and they burned it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The soldiers were next to the burn pits, inhaled all these toxins and have developed the same respiratory illnesses and cancers that 9/11 first responders developed, but the VA has denied that this is because of the burn pits. So that's the issue, that veterans like Danielle's husband, who passed away unfortunately, cannot get health benefits and care because they're saying that the science doesn't exist, that inhaling jet fuel, I mean, literally the burning gun in this situation are burning guns. They open these toxic pits, and I would challenge the DOD and the contractors who were granted sovereign immunity to prove that it doesn't cause these illnesses.
I mean, Jon Stewart, this is, to me, this is a really bad deja vu of what happened for decades with Agent Orange in Vietnam. It's the same issue. The veterans had to prove, and many of them were long gone by then. I see, John Feal, I'm going to talk to you in just a moment, and I'm so glad that you've recovered from COVID, for which you were more vulnerable because of what you experienced at 9/11. But Danielle, I wanted to meet you because, you know, you've suffered, you know, the loss of your husband. And that's obviously what's brought you to Capitol Hill with Jon Stewart and John Feal today. Tell me about that.
Yes, he was diagnosed in 2016 with a rare form of lung cancer, stage 4. He was given 4 to 6 weeks to live. He ended up living for 3 years. He went through countless treatments of radiation, chemotherapy, surgeries, immunotherapy, and then again he passed in May of this year.
I mean, I'm so sorry for your loss. Danielle, how old was he?
He was 39 when he passed. He was 35 when he was diagnosed.
And to suffer a rare kind of lung cancer and to pass so quickly, it just seems to me there's no question that this is the result of his service. John Feal, you have been through so much and through a victory finally with the help of your friend Jon Stewart to finally get more money for the 9/11 relief victims. But you've lost so many friends. Talk to me about this struggle, this new struggle.
Yeah, you know, Andrea, thank you for having us today. And it's an honor to work with John again. We've been working on this day for so long. But it's the most humbling thing to be able to work with Daniela and the hundreds and the thousands and the hundreds of thousands of soldiers, ordinary people who did extraordinary things, who protected us 24/7 from harm's way. Their stories parallel the 9/11 community with the same illnesses, the same cancers, the same respiratory illnesses. And I want America, I want everybody in the United States to challenge their members of Congress, to challenge their humanity. Everybody pick up a phone today, send an email, and tell your member of Congress and the Senate to support Senator Gillibrand's legislation that will help these families and these individuals who are suffering. We need the media more than ever now to be our sword and to help us fight this and to get legislation passed. We can't wait 10, 15, 20 years like we did with 9/11. We have to get this done now. And I gave this woman my promise. I will die and I will give my one kidney. I will give my one kidney to ensure that we get legislation passed. And when this is all said and done, Jon Stewart's going to owe me dinner.
So not
And
true.
what a dinner that's
so
gonna
not
be.
true.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.